Okay. Also, to give reference, in case y'all can hear the background noise, gotta give credit where credit's due. Hassan Piker is hosting the public humiliation of Jordan Peterson, also formerly called 20 Atheists versus 1 Christian. For the record, Christians, no judgment for you. If you're just like, I go to Sunday school, I like my Jesus, you aren't my enemy. I genuinely feel bad for you because I think your God is dead. But that's not my problem. That's not my business. Do your business as you wish. But when you're Jordan Peterson, we can all agree and see the difference, right? There's a big difference between, well, I go to Sunday school and it gives me a reason to get up, and you're going to hell. There's a big, big difference in the two. Jordan Peterson typically falls into the latter category, except a slightly worse group, because instead of just saying, oh, you're going to hell, like, since time immemorial, I've heard that line so many times, if hell exists, I'm sure the devil's got a nice little catio set up for me and my kids. But either way, it's one of those that I don't judge. I hope not to be judged by y'all. But if I am going to be judged by y'all, y'all better have a clean record. And when it comes to Jordan Peterson, let's be clear here, folks. If there was a God, which I don't believe there is, but if there was, we can fall upon his previous teachings to see what he would think about Jordan here. Because God is very clear in the Bible. He is not at all hidden about the fact. He is jealous. He is wrathful. He wants you to, what was the word? To be fast in your belief, to strengthen on to him or latch on to him. And so when you get up in front of a crowd who you're supposed to be defending your religion in front of, again, by choice, nobody put a gun to Jordan Peterson's head. Nobody taken Liam Neeson style, Jordan, we have your daughter. If you want her back, I need you on this program within 24 hours. No, it was, hey, Jordan, you want to make some money, buddy? Come do our speaking role and you can make a little bit of money, honey. And so he came out to do the thing. But it's like the original part of the program was 20 atheists versus a Christian. Because, yeah, I get it, guys. Well, those are some shit odds. Yeah, they're not supposed to be even odds, guys. What it's supposed to be is you get a good religious scholar. Or like the last one I saw, 20 leftists versus Charlie Kirk. You get somebody that's real cocksure in their belief. Like for me, it would be me versus 20 Christians. But you get that person, then you get 20 of their adversaries. And again, this isn't like 20 anti-religious scholars. This is just 20 college kids that, hey, are you an atheist? Well, yes, sir, I am. Hey, would you like to make $20 and kill an afternoon? Sure, why not? What am I doing? It ain't hard labor, is it? No, you just gotta argue with an old man. Okay, sure, why the fuck not? And they put them all in a circle, and they got a neat little buzzer, and it's beep, beep, everyone run for the center to make your point. It's funny watching Jordan fail so hard, because they changed it from 20 atheists versus 1 Christian to 20 atheists versus 1 Jordan Peterson, which makes him seem like a Pokemon. But add to it, guys, I'm not kidding you. I used to read this dude's shit. I used to be like, oh, wow, this dude knows some. Guys, he knows psychology. And at this point, I'm confident I know more psychology than him. And don't get it twisted, Chad. I'm not saying I'm a fucking genius or anything, because I'm not that confident. But I've studied Freud in the sense of actually studying. I can say Freud without rhyming it with lewd. Stephen King, if you're listening, that was a direct reference to you. I've studied, you know, out of curiosity, out of a passion for the subject, out of a love of the game, I've studied it. And I would say that because of that, and only because of that, I know more about it than Jordan, because, well, bloody hell, I don't just do it because it makes me money. I don't just do it so I can say that I'm a world-renowned author, psychiatrist, podcaster, meat enjoyer. I do it because my God, I genuinely want to help people, chat. That's the other thing. I've never seen a grown man who is so into men, manly men. Men, we ruined our society when we started wearing dresses and making ourselves pretty. Men shouldn't be pretty. Men need to be ugly as dog shit. It's, you can't, bruh, you gotta, it's okay to have strong beliefs that are wrong. We all have them occasionally. I personally believe that humanity will endeavor to do better. I believe that we live in the universe where Star Trek isn't only available, but will happen, because eventually the poor and downtrodden will get tired of being poor and downtrodden, and they'll unite and rise up and kill the rich. Or in a better, even more better scenario, they'll rise up, educate the rich, distribute that wealth fairly amongst the people so that no one need ever suffer again, and then we move forward into a new, dare I say, golden dawn. Yeah, that's a belief I have, y'all. Please don't make fun of it. It's a delicate belief, but it is mine. And facts being facts, yeah, it's probably a false belief. I mean, I've been alive for 37 years now, give or take. And in that time, I have seen great kindness, and I have seen incredible cruelty. I have seen family willing to literally betray their own and let their own sit in shit with broken ankles for days. I've seen terrible, terrible things. And I have seen greatness. I have seen people willing to go above and beyond for practically strangers. Hell, one of my coworkers, he doesn't even ask anymore. He knows what brand of coffee I really, really like. So if he's got the extra, he'll just get me one. No fucking questions. Just, hey man, here. It's like, I work with a good crew of people. I have a fairly good life. And even though all my loved ones are dead, well, you know what I mean, y'all. I got David and I got my found family, but like my mother, who used to sing songs to me and read me racist bedtime stories. My great-grandmother, who basically told me to never trust a minority, but who was very, very strong and very, very sweet to us. Like I said, y'all, we are the product of what we came from. That's why I tell you, don't be upset if your family's shit. That doesn't mean you're shit. It means rise above that garbage you came from. Because again, y'all, by my family's banner and standards, I should be a racist, highly pro-military, all-America, fuck yeah, kind of guy. And as y'all can see, I'm clearly not. I mean, for one, I think fascism is the worst curse this world has ever seen. I also think that, you know, all people are equal. And not just in the edgy, stupid way my little cousin says it, where, well, we're all equally stupid and I hate all people, yuck, yuck, yuck. Because here's the edgy boy point here. That's a pointless-ass moniker to live by. Why is it pointless? Because fine then, Yoda, if you hate sorry, not Yoda, Luke. Fine then, Luke Skywalker, if you truly hate everybody and everybody's fucking useless and dog shit, why do you people? Why do you deal? I mean, the world is big enough, you could just fuck right off to an edge. And with your lack of care about people, again, you don't... That's the thing that I pointed out to him all the time. You keep bragging about that Eagle Scout status. A true Eagle Scout would be able to just go off-grid proper, set up a line somewhere in the woods with a proper tent, and, you know, live out in the woods like a fucking wild man. I ain't gonna judge you for it. I'm just gonna say it's not for me, because you know as well as I do, you'll die fairly quick. Because it's us. We are people. People die real quick if you expose us to shit like the environment. Plus, let's face it, y'all. If you're 100 pounds over the natural weight line, I'm not gonna judge you, because people be people, you know. But if you're 100 pounds over the natural weight line, you constantly skip out on your workout routine, your favorite activity is masturbating or sleeping, you're not a super soldier, you're just a dude. I would even say a dude brah. But I haven't seen him in years. He could be cut like Craven the Hunter or Jack Reacher by now. He constantly brought up his superior genetics with his legs. And I would point out, hey dude, I walk a lot, and I can go further than you. Also, I can walk faster, and you know. You keep saying superior genetics. Where are they? Show me that they're superior genetics here, bud. But you can't, because they're not, because that's a stupid fucking concept that's outdated as shit. Hot take, chat. Nobody has superior anything. We've all just got the genetics. I mean, I would say that I am better than at sitting still and doing some of my activities than a neurodivergent person, possibly. But that neurodivergent person can see things that I can't see typically. They can make choices that I would miss that will save time and or money and or hardship. Because I'm not better than them, just different. That's the big thing that people gotta realize. We can be different and not be better or worse. We can just be different. And we can be. Oh, and he was doing so good. See, here's my problem, YouTube. TV networks put commercials in very good, well-cut places. Especially, like, even on kid networks and shit, where it's like, they'll literally do a look at the camera and, oh my, how are we going to get out of this one? Looks directly into camera. We'll be right back, y'all, and we'll see. I'm not a fan of that, because I find it to be a bit cringy. But at the same time, I would rather have that any day of the week than this. Well, I don't know. Hey, have y'all tried Ensure? Ensure's a wonderful product that can help you keep your poops regular. You want regular poops? Drink Ensure. And then the family was murdered by the serial killer in the night as he broke through the window to get through. Hey, have you seen this new program on the Littles channel? It's like, what the fuck am I watching? See, that's what I hate about Jordan Peterson and anyone like him in his ilk. Okay, here's my biggest problem with Jordan Peterson. Ready, chat? If you get me in a corner and ask me something I don't know, for example, well, you've talked about Neanderthals and Homo denisovans. Can you break down for me, really, like, right here, what's the difference in the two groups? You'll probably get me, Chad. I'll be like, well, that is a good question. Here's the difference as I understand it. And then I'll give you my layman-ass definition. But on top of that layman-ass definition, I'll also give you, hey, by the way, since I don't know this subject enough clearly, let's look it up via this expert. Jordan Peterson, on the other hand, well, bloody hell, he can't just own his L. He can't just, well, that they got me there. I looked kind of foolish. It's, oh, I'm not foolish. In fact, you thinking you fooled me, sir, you are the true fool. Yeah, it's silly. I agree with the chatter, or the atheist who was right there who said, well, I mean, Jordan, if you don't grasp what we're talking about at all, and you refuse, how are we gonna get anywhere with this? And then when he's asked, like, well, what do you believe in God? Like, are you of the God of Abraham, as in everything in the Bible is accurate 100% regardless? Or are you more of like the modern Christian where, okay, well, Jesus probably existed historically, and yeah, there's probably some grand architect controlling all the strings. But, I mean, did he get an incestuous couple to ride an ark and then drown the entire world twice? I don't think so. I genuinely think in my heart of hearts most Christians don't think that. Because it's like kind of stupid, right? And yeah, every other month you'll get some article from Fox 5. I beg of you, chat, compile those articles and look at them. Every other month. Oh, we found a bit of the Ark. We found a bit of Noah's Ark. We found a bit of Noah's Ark. We found a bit of Jesus' sandal. Found a bit of Noah's Ark and Jesus' sandal. Every other month they find it. And I get what you're saying, chat. The whole, well, I mean, that could mean something, right? Yeah, I mean, it could. Hell, we're always finding new connectors to link to other evolutionary lines. The difference is that if I find first species data, like for, I'm probably going to get my shit crossed here. If I find first species data for, like, I don't know, Homo neanderthalis. If I find their species data, I'm likely going to find it, as in the skeletons, the remains, signs of their camps. I'm likely going to find that mid-northern plain, like in the upper steppes and in the eastern parts of Asia and Europe. And if I find Neanderthal, I'm going to find them around there, and then littering here and there across the African continent, on the upper part where they basically migrated from the southern and inner parts of Africa where our earliest ancestors rose from. But at the same time, I can tell you that if you, well, I found these here in Connecticut. Well, then that's definitely going to break some ground on new research. I'm not going to immediately throw that out and say, oh no, you lie, you just don't understand. It's going to be, oh, well, you might have something there. Let's look into that. But science has grids and maps, and we record things. Chat, you know the reason why I'm telling you if you find something in a cave, or, well, I need to put in a well for the animals, and you dig up a human skull, why I'm telling you don't take it inside and bedazzle it and make a decoration out of it? Even if you and your family own the land, don't do that. What you need to do if you dig up random bone or artifact, first, check it. First, grid the motherfucker off. Like, take something, cover it up real good where you dug it up, and then call your local college. Ideally, your local college historic department. And if it's human remains, just for good measure, go ahead and call out the pigs. Go ahead and call the proper authorities, because, you know, people die, chat. People die all the fucking time. And sometimes, especially in the bad old days when nobody gave a single tiddly fuck about each other, people died and just decomped in the woods. I mean, hell, look at Stand By Me. That's literally an entire coming-of-age children's movie about, hey, what are we going to do today, Tommy? I don't know, Jim. Let's go hang out in the woods. Wow, Tommy, what's that? I don't know, Jim. Wow, that's a dead body, Tommy. Let's poke it with a stick, Jim. I love you, Tommy. I love you, Jim. We're best friends. We're going to be friends forever. Cue the music. I mean, I am hyper simpling that down, chap. But there's a whole fucking movie. Check it out. Stand By Me. See Ensign Crusher in ways you never thought you'd see him. It's not a bad movie, y'all. I make fun of it because it's fun to lambast, but that's also because that generation endured us to a group of children finding a dead body, where, to the best of my knowledge, at no point do they go to the local authorities over that shit. Dead body in the woods. Cool. It's like, what the fuck? Y'all talk about our shit today, and it's like, yeah, but at least in the modern shows and things, if you find a dead body, you give a comically loud scream, and then you get the proper authorities out there, right? I mean, if I found a dead body, my first thought wouldn't be, oh, let's contaminate the crime scene by poking it with a stick. It would be, oh shit, where the fuck am I exactly? Hey, Google Maps, what's my latitude and longitude location? And actually, if you find any form of artifact, even if it's a bit of pottery shards or something, don't take it, don't touch it more than you already have. Take your camera, because everyone's got a goddamn phone these days. I sound like an old man. But take your camera, take a picture of it, Google image or Google map yourself to find out exactly where on our grand grid of an Earth you're at, and then call out a scientist. Well, call your local college to get a scientist. And if you're going to excavate it, well, take pictures of that better than I do my color along sheets, because science isn't magic, y'all. I don't look at a dead person's skull and go, oh yeah, that's a Roman. Oh yeah, that's a Neanderthal. Oh yeah, that's a Zulu warrior. No, it's... Now, yeah, if you've studied long enough, like my friend David, you could probably do it. But even then, he'll be the first one to tell you, yeah, but it's sort of like you look at it first. It's like if you walk up and you find a chocolate muffin sitting on a table in the woods. It's, well, this is a fey fucking trick if I ever seen one. Well, let's see what it is. It could be a chocolate muffin, or it could be an interestingly shaped animal turd. Chocolate and shit are about the same color if they're left in the same environment, so, you know what I mean? It's the same method. You look at the shit before you eat it. You study it before you lay a claim. Which is also why most of the things that the Christian Edgy Boys cite are like, guys, they're outdated studies. Some of these studies are so outdated that, like, well, I'll give you an example. The pig-toothed one that they always bring up. Oh, well, look at these silly scientists. They found pig teeth and thought they had found a new person. Yeah, that was from the 1940s. That was almost 100 years ago. It's... Now, again, time marches on. That's how science works. We need to keep up with those claims. But most of the people that were trying to fool science back in the day, like the Kent v. Dover... No, not that. Kent v. Dover monkey trial was over evolution in school. I'm trying to think of the exact cause, y'all. Pit Down Man. No, Pit Down Man's a real one. There are like a handful of them, and you will catch them. Anytime people talk about how evolution isn't real, they'll bring up one of these 4 cases, where 3 of the 4 cases were Christians just directly lying to people. As in, hey, I'm going to take this human skull I found. I'm going to glue these pieces of an orangutan to it and these pieces of a gorilla to it. Now I'm going to tell all these stupid science boys I've found the missing link. And yeah, of course, scientists, when they first got there, were like, oh my God, we found a missing link. Wow, wow, wow. And they published that. And then when it got to evolutionary biologists, called something different of the time, because it was the 1950s, they were like, oh, bruh, can I see that? Yeah, let me see that real quick. I mean, the faceplate is a human skull, the eyes, the nasal cat, but then it immediately and rapidly and, like, dramatically shifts into this larger canine here and this piece of a dental palate that would go to the top of the skull. These pieces don't match, sir. I don't know. And again, being a scientist, it would be nicely putting it, I think you have made an error, sir. These pieces don't match. Your pieces are mixed up. So, you ain't got nothing here, I'm afraid. Well, you've got something here. You've got three-fourths of a gorilla skull, and a fourth a human, and a fourth a chimp. I don't know what happened here, but these poor creatures have undergone some form of horrible accident. But I mean, that's the thing. It's the same as, I love detectives. Guys, who doesn't love a good Sherlock Holmes? But I don't like our modern police because they don't do that. They don't do the modern Sherlock Holmes. Most of the time, what I think they should be used for is, oh, this person has a day in court today. Let's go pick them up. Oh, this person needs to get here to file this court proceeding properly. Let's go do that. Oh, that's a suspicious individual. Let's go get our psychologist friend and go talk to that individual. They should be there to help, primarily. Yeah, Worf, Odo, and all these security people did maintain the security, excuse me. Sorry, it's fairly early, y'all. But Odo and all them did maintain the security of their ship, but they didn't do it because, oh my god, the Federation is just so boss, I gotta be the boss of the Federation. They did it to protect people for the greater good. Also, Jordan Peterson's back on the whole belief thing. You can't just call the prophets false. They died for it. Guys, I got two takes. One of them's going to be super spicy and kind of edgy. And the other one's just like how I feel about it. But, hey y'all, did you know that the terrorists on 9/11 died? Just saying, they died for their beliefs, chat. They died for them. I mean, maybe America really is evil dogs. Those gentlemen died for their beliefs, chat. That sounds as ridiculous to me as you telling me, but the prophets died for it. Yeah, they were lied to. They bought into a false narrative. That fucking sucks, don't it? It's... Bruh. The main reason that people fall for that false equivalency, backsliding, like... What do you call... What would you consider it? Oh, well, they did this, so clearly they... No, they thought they were accurate. If I give you a vat of hydrochloric acid, but it smells like cherry Coke and it looks like cherry Coke, and you drink and die because you drank my hydrochloric acid cherry Coke brand, you were my victim. You weren't stupid. I lied to you and gave you poison. You know? Like I said, y'all, it's not really a... And I am disenfranchised with my society. I ain't gonna lie about that shit, y'all. I am not proud to be an American. In fact, quite the opposite. I'm embarrassed. But outside of that, y'all, it's because... When did we make these decisions the way we seem to have done? Where we pick the worst, meanest, stupidest people amongst us. Because, yeah, Tony Stark was kind of a dick in the Marvel movies and in the comic book. He was a bit of a dick, yeah. But he knew his shit, and in his dickishness, he was never like Musk or Trumpian levels of dickish. He was just a rogue. Oh god, Jordan's surprised. Okay guys, I'm gonna give you a cheat sheet here. If you're ever asked, well, what if you were in Nazi Germany and the SS came to your door and you were asked, well, are there Jews here? Would you betray the Jewish neighbors you have by giving them up to the Nazis? Or would you lie? Would you lie? Like a dirty liar? Hey guys, the correct answer to that question I would lie. I would lie in a fucking minute. Like, for example, if I had Hispanic neighbors here, and, woo, the black buses come rolling through with ICE and the Gestapo on it, and I run my neighbors under my house, and I'm like, here, shut the fuck up, here, hide. And then ICE comes banging on my door. Hey, are there any illegals here? Y'all, I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna lie like a cheap rug. I'm gonna lie down all over that motherfucking place. Illegals? Get them nasty illegals out my country. Get them. Go get them, boys. I think y'all doing God's work here. I would be fervent like, I love you guys. You guys are awesome, but I ain't got none of them filthy, nasty folks here. Meanwhile, I'm hiding them under my floorboards because I'm not a garbage human being. I would lie. I would lie like a motherfucker. That's the correct answer, chat. That should not be a hard answer for you. What do you care about more, y'all? Your sense of being right or human life? If you choose, oh no, fam, I gotta be right. That's not the answer, y'all. That's just not the answer. Well, I just wouldn't be in that situation. I would have evacuated you if the Nazis took over. Not the question, Jordan. Why are you dodging an easy question? Because it is an easy question, chat. Would you lie to save a life? The answer should be yes. Unless you're a fucking small child, the answer should be yes. And the only reason the small child wouldn't answer in the affirmative immediately is because we teach children to not lie because it behooves us. But yeah, but the amount of time. Jordan Peterson was on he was on the correct side of it. But man took 30 minutes to say, yes, in that extreme situation I would lie. It's like, bro, it's a lot easier for me. Just, would you lie to save Jews? Yep. Would I lie to save Arab people? Yep. Would I lie to save Palestinian lives? Bet. Would I lie to save people? Yes. Because my honor, while it is important to me, and I don't like to lie or the thought of lying, while my honor is important to me, chat, that's a human fucking life. Human life outweighs my sense of honor. That's just duh. If human life isn't worth more to you than your honor's garbage, friend. I mean, again, don't get me wrong, someone puts a gun to my head and does the whole what do you think thing, I might not lie to save my own life, but I would certainly lie to save the life of my friends or my family, found family. Oh, Danny boy. Danny boy takes the award of this stupid Jubilee-style argument debate. Because he hurt Jordan Peterson's feelings, man. He hurt Jordan. I like him. Yeah, I kind of fall in Hassan's category there. We all believe stupid things sometimes, y'all, and that's why we shouldn't be mean to each other about our beliefs. Because it's like, you know, let's just be nice to each other where we can. And if someone tells you, like, for example, some of the things I've seen, oh, I'm trans. Cool, what would you like for me to refer to you as if I'm too stupid to pick up on context, please? Because again, some of that, and I'll take that as that. And I would love to be the one when someone misgenders someone. Just because I want to call them fucking dipshits. And just because I'm not a good person, chat. I try my best, but I'm not a good person. Yeah, if someone misgenders somebody, I wouldn't just misgender them. I would, like, go above and beyond. It'd be, oh wow, what's that ugly fucking thing doing over in the corner? I would dehumanize the person misgendering my friend. But that's because I'm not a good person. We should not dehumanize people even if there are enemies. Because dehumanizing people is what caused us to get here. Also, what is this threat people to give older people? Well, don't be a smartass or I won't talk to you. Well, I mean, biggest thing for me is just this. The Bible is an ancient Bronze Age sex manual, and yeah, it is highly, like, competition or adversarial. You want to know why Jews, Christians, and Muslims just can't seem to get along other than in the abstract sense? And don't get me wrong, let me be clear, I feel like I need to give more detail on that. Let me be clear, y'all. If you are just, I go to the First Church of St. Alyssa, I read my Bible, I have a family, or I go to the First Temple at this, I celebrate Yom Kippur, I keep my traditions alive. If you're just a bare bones, I do the necessary bits because I believe, I'm not talking about you here, y'all. Y'all are, again, I disagree with you. I don't like your beliefs because I think they are wrong. But I'm also, your beliefs aren't really a threat. Does that make sense? You're not going to go and hurt anybody over your beliefs. You're just making it to get by. And I get that. I respect that even to an extent. Same as, and let's be clear, someone like New York Catholic, New York Jew, New York Muslim. I think all three of y'all can get along well, and you're probably going to have a fun, rousing debate over who's got the better pizza, or who's got the better, you know, whatever. You might argue over trade routes and things that you do in that week, or sporting events or things. But I don't think you're going to, you know, have the same disagreements as, say, an Arab from the south of America, like South of North America, I guess, an Arab from where I'm at, and a New York Jew, and a California Christian. I don't think y'all are going to get along so easy. Maybe you will, because it sort of depends on how adversarial your belief is. My problem with people like Jordan Peterson and his particular brand of Christianity is this. They are super competitive because, oh, I am right and everyone else is dumb, is their entire motif. You can't have that motif. I mean, you can, but it's stupid because you aren't. Nobody's right, and nobody can be proven right yet. Now, the day we finally can, I won't live long enough, probably, just mathematically. But the day that we finally scanned the galaxy, and I can tell you definitively, nope, there is no God hiding under any rock anywhere. Then, I will be a full-blown, militant-style atheist, I guess. But I'm mostly just saying that world doesn't exist because that world doesn't exist. And like I said, people like Jordan just bring insult to their own thing. But the highly competitive nature of Christianity means, Jordan, honey, you can't just come out and say, well, I don't know, but I like Jesus, so I kick it with him. Because, yeah, by modern weak-ass interpretation, you're fine, you're good. But modern Christianity ain't about honoring God, it's about making quota. It's about having the number of members in congregation and getting people to show up on Sunday. it ain't about, you know, the holy wars. In fact, y'all try not to talk about those anymore. The old days, that shit was brought up as a contingency because God willed it. Because the crusade was proof that God was powerful. All that bullshit. Like I said, y'all, I think religion is a fundamental loss. It's a net loss to humanity. But some people build their shit on it, and I'm not gonna knock them if they just fill in the holes with it, you know? The problem is most don't. They create new holes. But either way, I feel like I've babbled on about that subject long enough. If you get the chance, lots of people are covering it. I'm not really gonna, because not my culture vulture topic for the most part. It is funny, though, and it is a strong sign of the times. Because, hell, back when I was out and about with people and discussing things with, like, when I was discussing philosophy with people a lot. Yeah, back then Jordan Peterson was still a name to be renowned. It was still, I didn't like him, I didn't respect him, but 12 Rules for Life was a highly popular read that supposedly reached a lot of people, brainwashed them. And, why, that very well could have been me. Logic just won out at the end of the day, and if you read anything by Jordan Peterson, you'll quickly realize he does what I do, but he's successful at it. He doesn't really think about things before he does or says them. He just runs with it. But yeah, y'all, it's fairly early. It's the 27th. I've got another sketch of a sort of pig to put up from yesterday. While we watched Craven the Hunter, I sketched a little bit in my book. Unfortunately, BB, one of the little kittens, has gotten into spraying and peeing on things, so working on getting them litter box broke better. So far, though, they seem to have an enjoyment of paper. And as such, I think you can put two and two together to realize, yeah, my sketch pad smells funny now. Hopefully that'll go away, because it doesn't seem like it took the brunt of the wetting. Still not cool, though. Not cool at all, bud. I need a new sketch pad. Like a proper sketch pad. And that's where we come to principles, though, y'all. Because right now there is a hobby shop within technical walking distance of me. The Hobby Lobby is about 10 miles away. They have the art supplies I need. They have Prismacolors, they have sketch pads, and they have things like that. The problem is they also have a terrible policy that doesn't give their female employees or lady employees birth control. They also are a proud Christian company, as if Hobby Lobby should be wearing one of those gaudy, cheap-ass crosses around their necks. So I'm just, you know, you made your principles known. While I don't have a problem with Christianity, I'm not going to go shop at a bigoted corporation. Now start treating your non-Christian employees the same as you do your Christian employees, and hot diggity damn, we'll get to business. But you can't carry two sets of rules and expect me to help support your broken system. So yeah, I'll just wait and go the 15 miles to go to a proper Michael's. I've been in a Joann's once, I want to say. And I don't have a problem with them. I just, to my knowledge, it's mostly a fabric sewy place, and I've not done much of the sewy fabricy thing. Same as I liked going to Tandy, but honestly, y'all, that is just such an expensive trip. I mean, I can easily, with coupons, sink around $100 in Michael's or Hobby Lobby, but I'm going home with, if I spend $100, 5 or 6 or 10 skeins of yarn, a full set of new Prismacolors, like all the canvas I need for the year. something like that, I'm getting some supplies for my 100. If I go to Tandy Leather with $100, I can get a tool or a kit of patterns, or I can get leather enough to do a project. It's just super expensive. And don't get me wrong, if you're doing a project for sale, yeah, that makes sense. You just up your price to cover the cost. But for me, most of my projects are for me, and if they sell, cool. If they don't, cool. I'm just saying the art community is getting priced out by bullshit, and it's upsetting, and we should all be paying attention to it, because I hate to tell y'all this, but once art's gone, life doesn't really have much of a purpose for us humans at that point. At that point, we're going to go back to the bad old days, because it all becomes about fucking and just fucking, eating, and that's it. Fucking, eating, and fighting. And I personally don't want to live in that world. I like the world that we live in with art and games and fucking Endermen trying to pick fights. I like caring. I just am not going to waste my energy caring about people that would hurt the ones I love. I'll give you an example. I got a Peter's banded skink lizard named Zed. He's a good lizard. Technically, it'd be so much easier for me if I could just let Zed out through the house. You know, let him wander about, let him stretch those adorable little legs. Fuck a tank, who cares? Well, yeah, that could work out for a few minutes. The problem is Zed doesn't... He recognizes me as a food bringer and thing that fills his water dish. I don't think he recognizes me as a person or as an entity that wouldn't try to eat him at first chance. And if I did let him out of the tank, I guarantee you that either the dogs or the cats would give Zed a run and try to eat him. Nature of the animals. My dogs and cats try to handle pests in the house. Zed is a tiny animal that would be identified in their mind as an easy prey item or a pest. So we keep him in his tank, and if I ever find somebody who can take him off my hands and give him a good life, we'll do that. Understand, y'all, almost all my animals, minus my 3 dogs and like 2 or 3 of my cats, all the rest of my animals, I would happily, if you can show me a house you own, or a rental agreement where your landlord will let you keep the animal. After that, all it'll be is a few questions that I ask to make sure you seem mentally stable enough to take one of my kids home. And then Bob's your uncle, you got a baby. I don't want to have this many cats, chat, just letting you know. I keep this many because what's the alternative? Them wandering into the woods and dying? It's, you know what I mean, y'all? I'm doing this not because I want to, but because it needs doing. And yes, I do love all of the cats. I just, in an ideal world, I would be giving them away to people and then possibly going to visit them sometime. Or getting adorable pictures over the social media to know that they're still alright. But that's the thing, y'all. I love animals. Don't make it dirty. I genuinely... Okay, let me put it in a different way, chat. If you burn me with something, I'm going to be upset with you. If you scratch or stab me, I'm going to take that shit personal. My cat can stab me repeatedly, and I'm not going to swing on him because I realize, oh baby, you've lost your balance and you're just trying to right yourself. My skin just happens to be the medium you're trying to catch traction on and self-arrest on. And yeah, don't get me wrong, chat, it does hurt every goddamn time. It hurts. But as an adult that suffered real pain, it's like I can compartmentalize. And I wish I had a better way to say that one. But I mean, I would sooner deal with getting bit, stabbed, or anything else by these animals any day than just talking to a person who gets rude with me. I think it's mostly intent. I'm about to kill this motherfucking Enderman if he keeps trying to make the goo-goo eyes at me. I know if I go get a pumpkin, I can put on a hat and there's no risk he'll attack me, but it's like, dude, go play in a different passage. There's like 3 or 4 of them now. I just want this one to get to the deep Underdark so I can maybe find a village under these mountains. Also, I think the plan with the Great Walkway is going to basically be I stretch a path over the swamp, and then I basically lower myself down to the nearest tree. I make the walkway over the water long enough and dry enough that if a zombie tries to follow me back to the castle or the main base, they'll basically get caught in the sunlight before the days, or before the, for a full passage. They'll basically get caught out in the light before they can do that. That's the plan, at least. Put a lot of zigs and zags in that motherfucker. Zigzag a body bag. I don't know, y'all. I'm tired. Not really, like, burnt out tired, because, I live in that state. But just sort of, trying real hard not to yawn right now. Oh, it's a losing battle. Got a Ronin on my side now. And I need to go get more picks. Taking that one back. And we're probably about to save and exit here in just a bit. I also need to come out here and work this path down a little bit more. Oh, that wasn't wise of me. Nah. And we'll probably finish this side out once all that copper gets done. Basically put a roof on it. And after I put a roof of copper on it, have it be the big building storage area open and start to the mine. Honestly, I'm digging this whole thing. I'm digging what we've done here. Still gotta dig in up there and get that going. And we'll just leave that there to annoy the people with OCD. Sounds like my kids are fighting in the other room. We'll torch this place up once I get daylight back. And we still need to harvest this. But for the moment at least, coming along nicely, shoes, I feel. Let's swap over to my sword just so I can, just in case. Now let's run out here and take a look at this place. We still got quite a ways to go, don't we, y'all? We might have gone down low into there, but we're only covering the bottom quarter of the damn mountain. It's alright, y'all. I think it looks quite lovely. And we got quite a ways to go, too. This seems like a good place to end it at for now. So, for now, I'm going to get me a glass of coffee to start the day out, or a Renaissance Fair style tankard of coffee to get my day started out. Y'all have your wonderful morning. We'll be back in a moment with either some Dishonored or Saints Row. Maybe Assassin's Creed. I gotta get some of these games cleared off the console so I can get more recordings done. And I have lots of games to show y'all, chat. Oh, the sights we have to see. Name that movie in the... Name that quote, or name what movie that quote's from in the comment section if you like. But, oh, the sights I have to show you. Oh, the things we have to see. Oh, also, just before I go, y'all, they got a new movie coming out. I'm actually excited about seeing. It's got Jack Quaid, I think. It's got Boimler in it. Boimler's the schizotypal neighbor. And it's got Jeffrey Dean Morgan in it. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's the former not cop adjacent neighbor. They're buddies. It's a buddy cop movie, but they're not cops, and one of them's schizophrenic. I really am excited to see it. Well, schizotypal personality disorder. We don't know for sure if he's schizophrenic or not. I've just seen the previews. It was on Prime. I want to see it, y'all. Either way, y'all have a good one. Support your local businesses and whatnot. I won't say Happy Memorial Day, as that is not the purpose, but Memorial Day was the other day. Honor the fallen, y'all. Honor the fallen that have given their lives. And fuck this new fascist regime. May they all die screaming. Either way, y'all have a good one. Endure and survive, chat. We are all we've got. Remember, found family beats family any day of the week. And know that if no one else has told you, chat, I parasocially love you. You're good folks out here, chat. Let's build a healthy, happier community together. And for fuck's sake, let's get rid of toxic masculinity. That shit should have gone extinct with the dodo. Y'all be good. See you later. Look at that wheat grow. Bye now.